Get ready for big holiday plan making right now because it's time to cruise away once more. We are going to pack this show full of fun places to visit and stay and show you some wonderful cruise routes that you can book up today with a deposit and get them in the diary.
That's right. Our team have been beavering away, making the most action-packed, well-travelled holidays they possibly can and making sure that you get every dollar's worth of value squeezed in. There's never been a better time to get planning.
Absolutely. And we've got deposits available to book and plenty of ways to budget for your breaks as well. We are taking Virgin Voyages' Brilliant Lady away to Mexican sunsets for next April with added exciting city stays. First, though, the first of two fun-filled cruise and stay packages with Carnival Cruise Line, the biggest cruise company in the world. And our first is for November, over 24 nights. And we're off to the Big Easy and the Caribbean. But get this, not before we've started by flying you from Sydney over to Sin City. Yes, Las Vegas, Nevada awaits, and we are checking you in for a 5-night fun fest on the Strip to see this spectacular city, which I just love. And I'm going back to again in September for what will be the 4th time in 3 years, I think it is. Just ridiculous. Absolutely brilliant. You will love all of the hotels. You'll love the razzmatazz. Go and see the shows. Go and wander through all the hotels. Go and see the casinos. Go and see the weird and wonderful acts. Go and see the new entertainment venues as well. You've got places like the Sphere to go to. And then go out of Vegas as well. Go to the Grand Canyon. Go and helicopter over the Grand Canyon. Go and take an ATV tour out in the Mojave Desert. Go and do all of those fun things as well. Zip line down Fremont Street and do it all. And then from Vegas, we are flying to the Big Easy to New Orleans, completely different city. But we're staying here for 3 nights where it's jazz everywhere. Oh, absolutely. And we're even including a jazz cruise for 2 hours on one of the evenings whilst you're there. So you really get the flair of what is the total flavour and the beating heart of New Orleans. You've got to head down French Street and enjoy some of the live jazz. Then it's time to cruise on board Carnival Liberty. You're going to be on board for 14 nights and she's undergone some upgrades. She is a beautiful ship and a favourite ship. But wow, you are going to be in for an absolute treat when it's all about fun, it's all about excitement, and it's all about belly laughs when you're on Carnival, the fun ships. It's all about lots of parties as well. Brilliant mega deck parties that they have. They've got the Twister water slide, which the whole family can get involved in. If you want to get away from it all, you can. You've got Serenity, which is your adults only area. It's like this little enclave that you just disappear to. It's great. Adults only, and get into the big lounges and cabanas and just get away from everything. Wonderful dining here. Of course, if you know Carnival, you know that the Lido is the place where everyone goes for the biggest choice of food in the marketplace there. You've got great main dining in the Silver and the Gold Olympian restaurants. You've also got speciality dining. There's a wonderful seafood shack doing food which is all based on New England style, like calamari, lobster rolls, so much more fish and chips. Forget about it. In there as well. It's going to be amazing. The entertainment offering as well on Liberty is brilliant in the Venetian Palace main lounge, which is just brilliant. You'll love that. Great big theatre shows, playlist productions, high energy music shows. They've got Punchline of the comedy club that Carnival is known for. They've got a hot and cool nightclub, which I think is great. And part of the entertainment is live game shows. They've actually got Hasbro live game show, which is great fun to go and do. They have Family Feud as well. So these are like, you know, TV style shows, but done in the theatre with real contestants and things. It's so good. It's also got a massive sweet shop called Cherry on Top, which is always one of my favourites on the Carnival ship. So 14 nights out of New Orleans. Indeed, we're heading straight to Montego Bay, Jamaica first for the beautiful Doctor's Cave Beach. If you want a relaxing beach day, head over there. If you want to learn a little bit about some of the history and plantations, go to Rose Hill Mansion, and it's absolutely beautiful. We are in Taronga, Aruba next, and this is part of the ABC Isle, so it has that Dutch flair
but some of the best beaches on earth, and also a luxury shopping at your fingertips, because it's just a stroll away from the ship. Amazing. Next up, we are heading into Willemstad in Curacao, and this is known for, if you head there, the sand-floored synagogue is an iconic view to see in Curacao, and you can also head to the Blue Curacao distillery when you're there to see some local flavours. And it's Cartagena, Colombia, and of course this is known for that beautiful walled city, but outside of the walled city there's tons of other things you can do as well. If you want to shop for emeralds, this is the place to do it. And by the way, when you enter the port, there's live flamingos right there waiting. Colón is next on the list, which boasts beautiful rainforest, but also the history of the Panama Canal. And you can do some great kayaking out there on the lake also, or maybe head to see a cultural village. We're into Puerto Limón in Costa Rica next, known for its lush rainforest, its delicious coffee, and its fantastic wildlife. And the slow sanctuary is a fun place to visit.
I'd love to go there.
Oh, they're adorable. 3- and 2-toed sloths. Takes them a whole day to digest their food, apparently. Cozumel, Mexico is next. Now, if you want to see some beautiful marine life, you can head to Chunkanab Marine Park right there in Cozumel, or maybe a jeep safari around the island, so you get to see the best of everything in this tropical paradise. We're back into New Orleans, where you'll disembark, and we'll fly you back home to Australia.
Have you seen a crazier holiday? I mean, it's just brilliant, isn't it? You've got your time in Vegas, you've got your time in New Orleans, and just look at all the different places your cruise is taking you to there. It's just bonkers, isn't it? It's great fun though. I mean, you are going to absolutely love this. Do you know this would make a great honeymoon as well? But you know what? You don't need that as an excuse to do it. Anyone can do this holiday. It's fun, it's adventure, it's variety, and this trip is absolutely awesome. I'll wholeheartedly recommend it. I'm off to Vegas myself in September, and I cannot wait. So, included in our package and your package for November is your flight from Sydney over to Las Vegas. I'm very jealous. You'll be there for 5 nights in a hotel on the Strip, enjoying just the bonkersness that is Vegas, before you fly from there over to New Orleans for 3 nights there in a hotel, a little bit more chilled out, little jazzy. Just enjoy that wonderful time there. We've included an evening dinner jazz cruise there for you as well on one of the evenings while you're in New Orleans. And then it's cruise time with Carnival on Carnival Liberty, cruising for 2 weeks around the gorgeous Caribbean and beyond in style. Just enjoying fun, 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 fun all the way before your flight back to Sydney from New Orleans. Now, you can lock this in with a deposit today, and I would suggest getting in quick, because look at the price. You could spend this on a week in Vegas. You could easily spend that in a week in Vegas. Look at that. That is incredible. So if you've been looking for high-octane adventure, brilliant discovery on your cruise, and different places to just be and explore. If you've never been to Las Vegas, you know, like, watch this show enough and you'll find out everything you need to know about Las Vegas, but it will never tell you everything. You've got to stand there on the Strip. You've got to look and see all of the different sights and sounds, and that's just one small part of this holiday. It's ridiculous. For that price, I would book it straight away. Get your low deposit in right now and make it happen just by talking to our team. 1300 412 358 is your magic number. Here's an overview of the offer. I love this. I love holidays that really have something to give, and this really has something to give. I mean, Vegas, you could go back 1,000 times and do different things every single time. You know what? This time of the year as well, you might be able to hook up with well, you definitely will, because there are shows on in the theatres and the hotels right the way through the year. But there'll be some pretty interesting shows around this time of year as well. New Orleans is always great for the atmosphere there, for the complete contrast to Vegas. And then you've got this amazing cruise. And the cruise itself, I mean, is fascinating and really, really interesting as well. You're visiting some really nice parts of the Caribbean, and maybe places you never expected to kind of travel to. You may be less familiar with some of them, but remember, there are wonderful excursion opportunities while you're on board the ship itself. You're going to love the cruise. You're going to love the cruise line as well. Carnival are great to cruise with. They are great fun. It's almost like, you know, sometimes when you're in a room full of people that you know, and someone starts really laughing, and then everyone else just finds themselves laughing along. That's Carnival. you know, the great atmosphere just pervades through everyone,
Yeah.
and you just end up smiling and laughing and dancing and just doing crazy things that you thought you'd never do on holiday.
And you kind of lose your inhibitions too,
Yes,
because
you
it's
do.
like you don't
And it's
know
great.
you don't know half the people, so it doesn't matter. If you're ever going to try anything new, the chances are, you know, being on a cruise is where you're going to do it,
Yeah.
because you're in a nice little kind of a bubble, so to speak, as well. You feel kind of nice and protected to try those water slides or those zip lines or whatever it is.
It's far from your regular holiday, put it that
Yeah.
way. You're going to love it.
We are heading back to Vegas as part of our second feature Dream Away package now, as Virgin Voyages cruise for fabulous Mexican nights awaits us. Now, our 17 nights start on the 18th of April next year, flying from Sydney back over to the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas, for a 4-night hotel stay. Brilliant. And as you were mentioning before, Derek, it's not just Vegas, which is, of course, in its own right, so thrilling and exciting, but the surrounding areas. You know, you can head to Hoover Dam, the Grand Canyon. You could be in a helicopter over the Grand Canyon, which is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, until you go back each year like you do, which you love it. But look, I mean, even just wandering and seeing the different casinos, Paris, which has its own Eiffel Tower, the Venetian, where you can head on a gondola and have a gondolier sing to you, Caesar's Palace with its incredible, Bellagio with the fountain show, Caesar's Palace with its nightclub. Now, we are going to then fly to Los Angeles, where we'll get to enjoy 4 nights in fabulous LA. And of course, the Hollywood Hills surround with that iconic viewpoint. You've got not too far away Santa Monica and Venice, so you'll be by the beautiful Pacific, and just enjoy the flair of being in this incredibly iconic place, of course home to some of the most famous studios on earth. And in fact, you want to do a starter, that's Disneyland, and I think Knott's Berry Falls there as well, so there's lots of theme parks surrounding the area. But yeah, Sunset Boulevard, you've got to do it. You've got to wander along there. You never know who you're going to see in LA. Then the fun really begins as we board Brilliant Lady for 7 nights. This is wonderful because you know what? Virgin brings you to a whole different level of cruising experience. And if you are a seasoned cruiser, I guarantee you've never experienced anything quite like Virgin. They do things differently than everybody else, for a very, very good reason, and in a very good way as well. Everything has that unique Virgin stamp to it. It feels fresh and playful and vibrant. It's an adults only voyage as well, but you also have a lot of value packed into your Virgin cruise. For example, your soft drinks are included, your tips are included, your Wi-Fi. You've got fitness classes included, which you'd normally pay quite a lot extra for. You also have included all your dining. So your specialty restaurants, there's up to 20, they're all included. You've got things like Gunbay, which is Korean barbecue, and even the playful names of the restaurants are super fun. Gym and Tonic for cold pressed juices. You've got, for example, Razzle Dazzle restaurant with the vegan and veggie and lots of marvelous meat dishes. Pink Agave for your Mexican fare. It's, I mean, just absolutely delicious, and the rave reviews coming from lots of cruises about the Virgin's cuisine have been unbelievable. I think this will be a real highlight for you. But you know what? It's just the fact that you are experiencing something that is very new. It's a burgeoning cruise line. They've only been around since 2020. And you have lots of fun, uniquely Virgin stamps to the voyage, such as the Scarlet Night, which is uniquely Virgin. So everyone dresses in red and just parties the night away. If partying is your thing, you can expect something different every single night, whether it's a on-deck event or it's, well, they have them simultaneously. You'll have those and you'll have the theatrical shows happening as well. And talking of theatrical shows, Virgin does entertainment again in their very own unique Virgin way, featuring top acrobats, singers, dancers, comedians, cirque performers from around the globe. You've got acrobatic retellings of classic stories like Romeo and Juliet, for example, which sounds enthralling. Live cabaret, enjoying performances that add a touch of glamour to your evening, whilst sipping a delicious martini or something else. We're cruising out of Los Angeles, and the first port is gorgeous Cabo San Lucas, one of the top destinations for luxury travel. It is gorgeous, glamorous and beautiful, full of wildlife, incredible rock formations, stunning beaches and great shopping as well. Next up, we're into Mazatlan, and you can take a tour maybe to learn about the production of tequila. course, they're known for their tequila there. You can try so many different varieties if that's your thing. Go to the Golden Mile as well for some beautiful beaches and again, markets and shopping. We're into Puerto Vallarta next, one of my own personal favourites, where you can go whale watching or perhaps head up to a treetop canopy adventure or even shop for diamonds and luxury watches because they've got some great stores downtown. And then we are back into Los Angeles where you'll disembark and we'll fly you back home to Australia.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. You will come back from your Virgin Voyages adventure and you'll say, why haven't we done this sooner? It's just brilliant because it is adults only and because it is new and fresh and different. It's great and it's forever evolving. This is the latest of their ships, which is launching later this year. Of course, you're going in its first year as well, and they have 3 other ships out there already, and so they've got their product just absolutely spot on in terms of a cruise, and it is for cruisers of all ages as well. I think some people look at Virgin and think, okay, well, if you're kind of, if you're 30 plus, is it for me? Yes, is the answer. It's for cruisers of all ages. So if you want adventure and great times, then this really is the package for you for next April. Now, included is your flight from Sydney over to Las Vegas. You've got 4 nights on the Strip in a hotel there, enjoying the fun before flying from Vegas to Los Angeles and seeing Hollywood and more with a 4-night hotel stay there. And then it's all aboard Virgin Voyages' Brilliant Lady, the latest of their fleet, for a week of cruising the Mexican Riviera, adults only, with all of your dining, service charges, Wi-Fi and so much more included. Cruise ends back in LA. That's where we fly you back to Sydney. That flight included as well. And you can lock this price in today with a deposit, and these prices can move at any moment as well. That's the same with every offer that we show you, by the way. Cruise prices, when you see them and when they are great, take them. Get your deposit in, lock in that price tag now, because many things happen in the travel industry. And the price changes can come from any which way. The price of air travel can change. Cruise line promotions can change as well. Those prices can often only go one way, and that's generally up. So if you're seeing a great deal here that you love and you want to lock in right now, remember this is April next year. Use a low deposit with our team right now, and that's it. You are locked in there at $5299, and that will not move by $1 between now and when you actually go on the holiday. And there's so much value in there, it is ridiculous. Here's the overview of the offer. So much included as well. If you've been thinking about taking a holiday over to the States, if you've had Vegas in the back of your mind for a long time, you know, I've got to see this. I've heard people talking about it. You've seen it on a show, whatever it might be, and you fancied going, then why not make it really worth your while and doing a package like this that gets you some time in Vegas, a place that you will never forget and love, and then have a stay in LA. We'll do all the linking together, book the hotels, book the flights, include them in the package as well. And then you've got the 7 nights of fabulous Virgin Voyages cruising. Do you know, I know a lot of people that I've spoken to over the years who weren't sure whether Virgin was the right cruise line for them, gave it a try and said, I'm so glad I did. It was brilliant. It was great fun. I met wonderful people while I was on board. I had a great time. You know, all of those inclusions were worth every dollar and every cent, you know, because the value is just ridiculous. It really is. So listen, we do all of the Virgin Voyages as well on all 4 of their ships. You'll find all of the offers on our website as well at cruiseaway.com.au.
Absolutely. Now, the packages in this show are just a snapshot of what we have on offer. Check out cruiseaway.com.au for new and exciting trips added all the time. Now, our final package is back on board Carnival Cruise Lines on the Venezia, a superb ship showcasing Carnival's fun with Italian glamour and styling. And we're off to the Caribbean. We fly you from Sydney on the 2nd of October, first over to New York, the city of cities to explore, for sure, and you've got 4 nights here in a hotel to do just that, which is a brilliant amount of time to enjoy New York City. Just in the fall, I can imagine the beautiful fall colours strolling through Central Park, heading out across Brooklyn Bridge and seeing some of those autumnal sunsets. That's going to be iconic as well. Maybe you're going to take a tour. The hop-on, hop-off bus is a really good way of seeing Manhattan, or you can do a bespoke tour which takes you by bicycle to show you movie sets, or perhaps a Sex and the City tour. That's a good one to do. A food tour, a photography tour. There's loads of great things to do. You are in New York, New York after all.
I just
the Big Apple.
Hail a yellow cab. That's
You've got to do it. Be prepared though. Put your earplugs in. We are heading on board the Carnival Venezia. 12 fabulous nights as we enjoy exotic Caribbean sunset setting out of New York, which is brilliant. This is a lovely ship that moved to Carnival as part of the fleet in spring 2023. Was previously the Costa Venezia. So it's been upgraded with all of that Carnival fun for the whole family, with the lovely twist of Italian styling. So you've got a Venice-inspired atrium, for example, Piazza San Marco. You've also got the Carnival Hub app, and this enables you to book your dining and other useful information while you're on your cruise. So it just makes it more, savvy when it comes to smart technology. Your main dining, that's the Marco Polo with Italian styling and sculpture. The Canal Grande with a real full-size gondola on board a ship. I just love that. Imagine the amount of selfies you're going to be taking on that. Yeah. When it comes to food, of course, you've got the Lido Marketplace, which is a casual dining choice. You've got barbecue deli counter, salad bar, Asian, fresh pizza, you name it. I love the breakfast up in the Lido deck. That's my favourite. Pizzeria, you've got Guy's Burger Joint, the best burgers at sea, bar none. Trust us on this, a very firm favourite with the team. Then you have Tomodoro, which is complimentary fast food with a Mexican and Italian fusion style menu. It's amazing.
You're going to love it.
Real foodies on board Carnival.
Oh, yeah. And a brilliant atmosphere as well. There's always something going on. There's always something. And sometimes it's something which we can't tell you about because we don't know and they don't know until the cruise starts. The team get together, the entertainment team get together and plan these impromptu things that will just literally, there'll be an announcement, it will just pop up and everyone will gather together. You are going to love it. Cruising out of New York.
Yes, and some days at sea will see us into St. Thomas in the US Virgin Islands. The capital, Charlotte Amalie, awaits with her gorgeous beaches like Magens Bay and downtown Front Street, which has the most charming, small town vibe with great shopping. St. Croix is next on the list. We don't often see this on itineraries, and it is a glamorous, gorgeous island full of powder white sands and beautiful marine life. So if you're a snorkeler or a diver, this is the place to do it on this itinerary for sure. We're into St. Martin next, Philipsburg, the Dutch capital, and Marigot is the French capital. So you can do a best of both, capitals tour, which will take you around French and Dutch side, or head to Maho Beach if you're a thrill seeker to watch aeroplanes passing overhead. Next up, it's St. Kitts Basseterre, where you can enjoy the Nevis Bath Springs. It is a very geothermal island, or head over on the St. Kitts Railway. That's a fun thing to do as well, or a 4x4 island safari maybe. Then we're into the British Virgin Islands, Tortola. Now right there at the terminal, you've got some great shopping, tax and duty free. You can take a wander into town and just enjoy everything the island has to offer at your very own pace. That'd be a fun thing to do, wouldn't it? Relaxing. A few days at sea sees us back into New York, where you'll disembark and we'll fly you back to Australia.
What could be better at this time of the year than doing the Caribbean in and out of New York and having some time to stay in New York? I mean, it's just perfect. This has been perfectly put together. Our team know, based on the other great thing about CruiseAway and our team, is that they've been doing this kind of thing for 25 years. So they know the kind of things that people like to do, and they know the kind of time of year, the best time of year to see this part of the world as well. Just brilliant. Of course, the lovely warmth of the Caribbean, you're going to love it. 18 wonderful nights coming up for you, leaving on the 2nd of October. Are you ready? Return flights from Sydney to New York included. 4 nights in a hotel in New York included. 12 nights of fun cruising on Carnival Venezia, enjoying that action-packed adventure for the whole family as you cruise around the Caribbean with amazing dining and entertainment and a great atmosphere on board. Cruise back into New York, the flight back to Sydney also included for this price here. Now, I don't know how often or whether you have, because you must have New York on the bucket list. Everyone's got New York on the bucket list, haven't they, one way or the other? There's something you want to see. I know if I said to you right now, give me the top 3 things that you want to see in New York, everyone's answers are very, very different. So everyone wants to see it. If you ever started to try and plan flights and a stay in a half-decent hotel in New York, forget the cruise for a second. You get to numbers like this so easily, it's untrue, it's ridiculous, and that scares you away from planning that holiday. But to know that there's so much more, and the city break in New York in that price tag is awesome, isn't it? And a deposit today can make it happen. So if you've been sitting on plans to go to New York and you know it hasn't happened for whatever reason, you've kept putting it off, or it's not right now, life has changed, whatever, today's the day to make it happen for less than $5,000 and do so much more than just New York. Incredible. Here's the overview. 4 nights in a hotel in New York. We could make that 4 nights, 7 nights, by the way. You know, you can play around with the stays. We'll cost that up for you. But for the package, you've got your flight over to New York, 4 nights in a hotel there, and then your fabulous 12-night cruise around the Caribbean on Carnival Venezia. And as Joe pointed out before, some ports, you know, not just the tried and tested ports, some ports that don't pop up all that often on Caribbean itineraries. You love the Caribbean anyway. Every single destination, different character, different personality, as Joe was talking us through the different origins of the islands as well. That reflects on the character of the islands, and that's great to see. You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it. And listen, take the whole family with this. This is great for the kids. This is great for the whole family. You know, just go for it right now if you've always been looking for a dream deal like this. And listen, when it comes to big worldwide adventures at the right prices, you're definitely in the right place with CruiseAway.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll-free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
We definitely want to. Yes. We love talking about holidays, don't we?
Absolutely. I feel like I was born to do it.
Yeah.
In fact, you know, I'd like to always be on one, and you should as well. And the thing is, when you get them booked and deposits for not just the next trip, but the trip after that and the trip after that, you can literally be on holiday a lot more. And
there's so many different places you can go and see. I mean, the world, you know, the world is out there, and actually cruise travel makes the world a lot smaller and a lot easier to get around as well, because you get to, rather than taking, you know, long journeys to see one place at a time, you get to see multiple places at a time, multiple continents on one journey. I mean, it's incredible. And
the great thing is the destinations come to you because you're on a cruise.
Yeah.
And you get to experience a little taster of them and think,
easy, honestly.
You might go back there.
The life to enjoy.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, we've run out of time. There's lots more to come from CruiseAway. So come back and see us again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.